the vision of 10 blocks per second is that things become internet speed crypto, internet speed proof of work. So you keep the same ethos, the same principles of Bitcoin, of a Nakamoto system, proof of work, blocks, transactions, all the things you're familiar with, and you are just sequencing the messages differently, sequencing the blocks differently, in a way that is guaranteeing eventual agreement, similarly to Nakamoto consensus. So we started with 1 block per second, just to keep it going. Then Sutton took on the endeavor of writing things in Rust and enabling things to run on 10 blocks per second. And then I was imagining we can run with 100 blocks per second. And now you might ask, what's the benefit of 100 blocks per second? This seems like kind of indistinguishable from the user's perspective, because the human user, has no difference between 100 milliseconds and 10 milliseconds. This is way below our bar of responsiveness. There's an interesting question here. Why am I pushing for 100 blocks per second? Okay, so any blockchain or most blockchain that you're familiar with are leader-based consensus. Leader-based consensus means that whether it's decentralized or not, regardless of the rotating committees and how you achieve silver resistance, at every point in time, at every latency round, so to speak, one entity, one node decides what is sequenced. And you are all fine with this because you're saying, okay, if my transaction doesn't go in the first round, it will go in the second round. So you're not really concerned by this metric. But that's because you're amateur chess players. But if you were pro players, like real DeFi, heavy financial players, traders, LPs, that you want to get the best price for your liquidity, you'll really feel the difference whether the sequencer is one entity that can manipulate everything in that round at will. Just what I mean by at will: front-run transactions, back-run transactions, sandwich transactions, censorship transactions. Just for this round, I can censor transactions, make sure it gets in the next round. So if you were a heavy financial player, you would really optimize you would really enjoy the benefit of competition.